division rivals will clash in the NFC South. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Coming up next.
A dazzling facility located here in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And away we go at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Raheem Blackshear now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
This drive will begin with Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Out of the gun, Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Stays upright. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, it's Hubbard. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
So on 4th down now, the Panthers calling an All-Pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. Pulled in at the 20. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here are the Falcons out on offense for their first drive. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. out of your alma mater, Washington. It's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana, and I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Penix here from the gun. Pitts brings it in. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Got to be 2nd down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Penix escapes, and he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Michael Penix Jr., the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Velus Jones now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Connects with Hubbard. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Hubbard quick on the draw. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 3rd down, it's Young. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he goes out a little short of the 40. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
They send the tight end in motion. Young on 1st and 10. Cox, this is Xavier Leggett. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
To the air on 1st down, Young. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Play action now. Young. Tremble with the grab. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Sticking to the air, it's Young. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Maher connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons taking the field for their 2nd drive. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Penix. Rolling left, buying some time. Now he takes it. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Third down, it's Penix. Into the hands of Pitts. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Starts his return from the 23. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it's going to be Panthers football. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Young throwing here. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 48. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Young to throw it. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. They'll throw it again. Gets this to Sanders. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now Young. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. Dodges the tackle, and he's in. Touchdown! The Panthers hold a slim 2-point lead early. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers push their lead to 3. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here come the Falcons on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. On 1st down, here's Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. DJ Wanham gets there to haul him down. Second and 6 coming up here. Here's Robinson up the middle. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. DJ Wanham gets there to haul him down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Another carry for Robinson. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Pitts brings it in. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 now. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch while keeping those feet in bounds.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. A toss now to Robinson. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Yeah, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Penix finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Penix looking to pass. He's on the move. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Falcons take a field goal lead in our opening quarter. Michael Penix Jr., the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And that's good for a gain of 5. A.J. Terrell making that stop. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 32. That's complete to Leggett. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. Connects with Hubbard. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Young. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there, and it'll give the Panthers a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Young on 1st and 10. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. And this one's up there, but a little too far up there. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurried throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Maher connects there, and that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. McLeod now returning it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Play action. Here's Penix. He fires one deep down the right sideline. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Stays in the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Motioning one of the tight ends. A 2nd down throw for Young. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he gets him around 6 there. Lorenzo Carter there to bring him down.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Young to throw here on 3rd. Escapes out to the left. He takes it himself. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Carolina in punt formation. Avery Williams returning this for the Falcons. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Falcons will take over. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Penix now on 1st down. He's on the move. He'll try and run this. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Penix on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Penix working from the gun. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage. Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Throwing now from the gun. Getting out to it. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Falcons grow the lead to 7. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Coup on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons grow their lead to 8. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here's Jones. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Panthers set to take the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. To the air on 1st down, Young. Completed over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Play action now, Young. Complete out to the right side. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
And the Falcons get a 5th defensive back out there, 3rd down coming. Young throwing here. Into traffic, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Young on 1st and 10. Got a man, it's Thomas. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Sticking to the air, it's Young. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
On 3rd down, it's Young. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Another punch brings Johnny Hecker back to the field. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And I know we're normally discussing his work leading the passing game, but wow, we've really had to take note of what he's done on the ground. He's leaned into that part of his game early. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jadeveon Clowney on that stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Staying with Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Penix here from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Penix looking to pass. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. And again, it's Penix. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Penix now. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
No, it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like the QB did right there, sometimes they'll even tee off and you get the penalty. Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the shotgun, Penix. He's on the move. And they take this in for the score. The Falcons grow their lead just before halftime. Michael Penix Jr., the touchdown. Coup on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons lead by 15 now. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Blackshear on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to...
Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. That's Justin Simmons. 2nd down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, here's Penix. Throw left side, complete. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Penix. Finds him over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To the air with Penix. And in for the Atlanta touchdown! Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Koo on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons grow the lead now to 22 points. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Blackshear on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Here come the Panthers, taking over late in this first half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 3 now. Shotgun snap now to Young. Finds Sanders. And he crosses midfield before going out. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Young working from the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Handoff running right, Hubbard. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Johnny Hecker on that a punt. And they could really use a good one here. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. That's the end of 2 in Atlanta. The Falcons really spreading their wings. They're out in front so far. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, it was the lefty, Michael Penix, who had it working. He absolutely could not be stopped on the ground. It seemed like every time he held onto the ball, he wound up in the end zone. Just an electrifying first half. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They motion the slot man right. Robinson on the inside give. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Penix now on 1st down. He's got a man left, and he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Penix working from the gun. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Robinson. And they'll stop him, but not until he has a nice little gain down to the 32. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Slot man motioned over. Now the give for Bijan. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Penix to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it, and they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown! The Falcons grow the lead coming out of halftime. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. A 5th rushing score for him as he moves one away from the NFL record. And with that touchdown, he's the first quarterback to score 5 times in a single game. It's hard enough to ever throw for 5 touchdowns in a single contest, and it's been even more difficult for him to do so on the ground, but he has, and because of it, his name is now etched into the record books. And he's done it so many times before in just this game, Brock. There he is again in the end zone leading that celebration.
I think they're running out of ways to celebrate.
I think so too.
Right? They work on these things. They love these celebrations, but my gosh, he's made a habit of visiting the end zone, and it's his effort, it's his want to, it's his will that has carried this offense forward for much of the game.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons continue piling on to this lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here's Jones. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
On 2nd and 10, Young connects with Hubbard. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this first down. They bring Thielen in motion right. Young on 1st and 10. Looking right, and he finds him. And a solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the 43. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Young to throw here on 3rd. Legette's got it. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. He finds Sanders. And he gets this forward to the 19.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 19. This is reeled in by Legette. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
A 2nd down throw for Young. Setting up the screen. Has room into the secondary. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers start the 2nd half with some needed points. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Panthers trail by 22 now. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. And look at this return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Robinson up the middle, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
2nd and 8. Flush down out to his left. Now he takes it. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Josie Jewell making that stop.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
3rd and just 2 to go. From the shotgun, Penix. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Penix. Into the hands of Pitts. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. A handoff for Robinson, running right. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. So they're left with 4th down here.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
The kick by Lutz is good. And their lead grows further to 25 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here's Jones. This return makes it up to the 25. The Carolina offense headed out now. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be 2nd down. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They motion the tight end over. Play action now, Young. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. New set of downs for him at the 38. To the air on 1st down, Young. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. Jukes out a one-stop. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They run again with Hubbard. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Their punter making his way out now. Johnny Hecker, the one to send it away. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing Penix. Pitts brings it in. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 41. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a 1st down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
They'll run it with Bijan. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Handoff now to Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Penix working from the gun. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
An option give to Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play, but they will take that execution every time.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Fires right away, but incomplete. Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Man, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Penix now. Dumped off to his running back. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that gives them a 28-point advantage.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Hubbard hauls it in. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
On third down, it's Young. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be fourth down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Falcons football as we start the 4th. They hold a commanding advantage here. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. This is Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Staying with Robinson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we just saw.
On 1st down, here's Penix. It's into the hands of Mooney. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Koo on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Blackshear on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Their offense running back out now. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young finds Sanders. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. But you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 31. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Young to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They'll run for it, Hubbard. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
4th down, pressure on him. He was not backing down for a second. Nice effort to carry the rock. More importantly, for his offense to get a 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Young working from the gun. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Second and 3 now. From the 42. He finds Sanders. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Young looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they make the tackle at the 38. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 3 now. Now Young. It is caught left side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
To the air on first down, Young. Completed to his running back. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Young. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Third down, 1 yard to go. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Rolling left behind some, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Panthers putting up points in a game decided. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
It's pretty obvious this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Penix working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Penix on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. Into the second level past the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 25. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running left is Robinson. Has another lane. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Best run games in this league have balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He's on the move. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons keep running away with this. Michael Penix Jr., the touchdown. The 6th time he's run it in this game, and that ties the NFL record. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Koo on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons tack on 7 more to their lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Blackshear on the return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Back out runs their offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. He completes it in traffic. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right? When the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because he threw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
Here's 2nd and 5. Gets this to Sanders. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. And that's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line to gain.
Young on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Play action now, Young. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Out of the gun, Young. Short pass brought in. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 29. Buys time, rolling right. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Young throwing here. Brought in right side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And it won't matter in the end, but nevertheless, he's in for the late touchdown. The Panthers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons started celebrating this win a while ago. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another carry for Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They've got a man in motion. Third down give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. He fields this at the 18. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Panthers football. This offense ready to get going again now. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now it's Young. His pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. One final shot here. He finds Sanders. And he'll get it up to the 27. So the Falcons earn the win in this one. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.